Hello! Hello! It is Tuesday! Why is my chat doing that? Why is my chat being stupid? I don't know. I'm just gonna refresh it. It'll be fine. Hello! Yeah, why is my chat not... We're not stupid. No, it's... No. On the overlay. Cause, it showed a message and then it just like disappeared. So that's what happened. Chat is not stupid. Hopefully it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Anyway, hello Blue, hello Null, hello, welcome in. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It's Tuesday. I decided Mario Party 2 because, well, Mario Party 3 is my favorite and it's the easiest to shut my brain off. Sometimes I just want to do something different. Did I turn my volume down? I didn't turn down all the way to where I wanted it. It's fine. We're gonna go to Pirate Land. But yeah, no, I wasn't calling the people in chat stupid. I'm calling the chat overlay on it. Because sometimes it's like, are there messages here? Nope, there's not. When there totally are. I don't believe you. Well, you haven't given me a reason to call you stupid yet. It's fine. Go the full 50, because Mario Party 1 and 2 are pretty short with the 50 turns. Mario Party 3, however, can be insane. Let's go. We go to Pirate Land because I like Pirate Land. It's as easy as that. But hello, everyone. Hello. How are we doing today? My calves are killing me. Because when I got to the preschool, everything was all fine, and then like 2 minutes before the preschool doors open, Riley tells me, I forgot my water bottle. And it's like, I knew she took it with her. It was in the pickup. It was in our vehicle, so I'm like, okay, fine. I'll go out and grab it. Just hang here. I'll go out and grab it, because there's plenty of adults around. So it's like, yeah, you just do that, and I'll be right back with it. So I essentially kind of ran a fair bit of distance to the pickup, and I came back right as the doors open, and I tried to holler at my child, and she just wouldn't listen. But I finally got her attention. It's like, hey, here's your water bottle, silly. So now she has her water bottle. Everything's all right in the world. Her bluey water bottle that she loves. I didn't really ran, I like power walked. Because I'm like, I've got time. And I did have time because I got back right when the doors opened. I could feel that roll. Let's see what happens. Hello, Fernando. Hello. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Remembering this time. Message speed fast, save setting every turn. There we go. We're gonna design something plan on doing for the future. Ooh. Nice. I love it. I love working on stuff. I have been in my self-doubt era. Like self-doubt and procrastination era. Because I have been sitting on this idea that I've had in my brain for a long while, and I am essentially talking myself out of following through with the ideas, and I need to not do that, but it's really hard when you're in your self-doubt era. It's really difficult. Because a lot of it is like, I don't know what outlet to go through in a way of this creative endeavor. Because like, I'm being inspired by like so many different things. It's like, yes, I can feel creative about it. But then it's like, once I like sit down to try and do it, it's like, I don't know what to do. I can't do this. There's no way I can do this. So, that's where I'm at with creative endeavors. Alright, let's go green team in the green penguin. It was meant to be Mario Galaxy Movie. Who? I know Mario Party 2. Also, I did go see last weekend, not last weekend, but like the weekend before, the weekend of the 10th and 11th, we went and saw the Mario Galaxy movie. I loved it. There is a pop-up on my laptop that does not need to be there. Ugh. Man, the computer never turns with me on that to hit the zipper properly. They never do. But yeah, I was listening to a song that like kind of sparked the creative thing in my brain. It's one of those like I don't know, I don't think I'm the only one that does this, because I hear other people talking about stuff like this too. But whenever I listen to music and like it just hits just right, I can imagine like characters I create in like an anime opening. You know? Like, I can imagine, like, anime openings for, like, my characters and how I want the story to go and all of that. So, like, one of the songs I was listening to was kind of the proprietor of, like, all this creative energy. And it's like, I can't find an outlet. Because part of me... Because there's a lot of things that I have tried to do in the past that it was just really hard. Just really hard on me. So it's like, I don't know if like I can, but I know what I can do, but then I sit down and I stop myself because it's like, man, what if I'm just like limited and it's a whole spiel. It's on 12, I think, with a friend, we loved the Galaxy. It was so good. I really loved it. And like part of me is like, I'm also really glad I watched like a full playthrough of Mario Odyssey, because there were also nods to Odyssey as well in the Galaxy movie. Because like I can say that because Toast Arena is kind of in the forefront of the promotion. So with the upside down pyramid and everything. Okay. So, yeah, and there's other nods to Odyssey throughout the movie. I'm not going to spoil it just in case anyone hasn't seen it, but there are there are nods to Odyssey. There's a lot of details for Galaxy. I think a lot of it is I love Galaxy 1, and we don't talk about Galaxy 2. I would say out of the 3D Mario games I have played, I would say Mario Galaxy is my favorite. Specifically Galaxy 1. And I think a lot of it is probably just a more testament to I played it when I was younger, and I did beat it when I was younger, because I know I at least did like the final boss, because you have to beat the final boss to have access to the purple coins! We all died. Explosion! So, I kind of needed to win that minigame. Oops. It's fine. So yeah, you have to beat the final boss one time to have access to the purple coin comets. So, and I know I've done a handful of those. So, I at least beat it one time. Hello, Sylvia! Hello, hello! Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. I'm just talking about Mario Galaxy and the Mario Galaxy movie, spoiler free, just in case anyone hasn't seen it yet. Can I have money? That doesn't happen very often. Ask and you shall receive. It's like, hey Luigi, can I borrow some money? Thanks, I'll pay you back. I will pay you back. Don't worry, Luigi. Ah, Luigi. Ah, chance time. But yeah, right before that I was talking about, like, I have like this creative idea just festering in my mind that I am like too chicken to actually pour it out in some kind of outlet. I am too chicken. I am doubting myself for one, which is, you shouldn't do that! And I know you shouldn't do that, but I still do. And also, procrastinating. Yeah, I'm just procrastinating it. But I also have like other things I need to do before I can just like sit down and do creative things. Because we have a lot of dishes over the weekend that need done. Because it was WrestleMania weekend. 2, 2, 3. Yes, please. Yeah, it was WrestleMania weekend, and we made our WrestleMania nachos. I didn't post a picture in the Discord because I forgot to take a picture. Because the last couple years I took a picture of the WrestleMania nachos, and because it's tradition now for us to do a big thing of nachos for WrestleMania. And I have lots of thoughts and feelings on WrestleMania, but I'm gonna hold off on my initial thoughts right now before I get too ranty. Characters for fun, plan to create in the future based off life experience. Ooh, nice! I like that. I like that. I like that. Because, like, and again, it's like, I'm, like, so inspired by, like, many different things around me to, like, actually do it. Because, like, the mindset is not, like, it's not, like, a jealousy, envious thing. It's more like a, they can do it, I can do it, too. But I am just so in my, procrastination era. Oh, no! I fell. I'm in my procrastination era, and I'm putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. I will say, I did post an art piece I did, like, a few weeks ago? I want to say it was about a month ago. Because I had posted a sketch, and then I posted the finished piece. And, it does have something to do with that. I don't want to say anything else, because, like, I don't want to, like, give away all my ideas and start talking about it, because, like, what if it does come to fruition one day? You know? Like, what if I give away all the secrets immediately, because I just want to yap about it? So, yeah, I'm kind of, like, holding off on talking about it. I've mentioned something about it once before, but again, I don't want to go too much into detail about it, because again, what if it does come to fruition, you know? And I'd spoil things by talking about it now. Oh no, Whomp! Come on, Whomp, you can do it. Heart of the cards. Power of friendship. Nope, no power of friendship. Okay, he's not a fan of power of friendship. At third, that's fine. Hello, DA. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. So, if anyone has any advice on how to get over the dreaded combination of self-doubt and procrastination, let me know. I'm like half joking and half serious on that endeavor. Because it's like, I know both those things are bad. And I know I should just do it and not procrastinate. But, you know, it's easy to procrastinate when you're, like, in your self-doubt, you know? I eat food. I mean, yes, but I don't want to eat when I'm not hungry. Because that just creates bad habits. There we go. Oh, man. Dang it. Come on. Oh, no, we're good. Nice. Luigi! Please, Luigi, help me. Is this because we're not on the green side? This is probably because we're not on the green side. The green team cannot reach their full potential if we're not on the green side. Buzzer beater! Dang it. We tied. It's fine. So should most of the time just go somewhere where it'll be more productive? Yeah, that is fair. And I'd often see her, like, go for a walk, like, get outside, move locations. A lot of the time I am, like, stuck at home. And it's like, I don't have any, like, issues not being productive at home. Because sometimes it's like, you gotta hit a stride, in a way. But it's like, and I know everyone's different. Like, that is really good advice, is go, you know, like, kind of relocate. You know, relocate. Get a different perspective on things. And it's like, I would love to go for a walk. But for one, it's stupid hot outside. And I just don't really have the time. And even when I'm, like, home in the evenings where it's cooler, I've got both children with me. And that is also hard. If I was just completely by myself, no children, that wouldn't be a problem. But I do have kids to take care of, and I don't trust them by themselves. And it's like, they could go with me, but like, I'd be more focused on making sure they don't run into traffic. Because Riley would. She even let go of my hand in the middle of a crosswalk today. So, yeah, it's just a little bit rough when I got children to keep an eye on. So my brain's not really on anything creative. Got some DS games arriving later today? Nice, nice. Do. I got a new game last week. And it is downloaded and ready to go for whenever I decide to play it. Huh. So, yeah, so I did get a new game with the help of a friend, and I'm still debating on when I want to play it. And I'm debating on whether to play it on Mondays or Wednesdays and Fridays. I don't think it's long, but it is technically an RPG. But like, nothing has stopped me from playing RPGs on Wednesdays and Fridays. I usually just play like the shorter ones. I was like, I don't know when to play it. And the problem with Wednesday, Friday is the art style kind of looks too similar to Final Fantasy 16, and I'm playing that on Mondays and I don't want to get like confused. So that's really the only problem with it. But I'm almost done with 16. We did do a little bit of data rearranging on our PS5 yesterday after stream. And maybe question mark? Maybe it'll help? Yeah, we did a little data management. Cleared up some space on the storage of everything. So yeah, maybe question mark it'll help. Because man, yesterday was a hoot, especially right at the end. It was so funny. We had the return of A Pose Clive, as well as many other poses that just had to happen. Oh, it was too funny. It was too funny. And we reached 31 crashes. We have reached 31 crashes for 16. The hope is whatever we did yesterday fixed it completely and no more game crashes. That's the hope anyway. Whether it will actually happen, who knows? How's it going in general? Pasta is good. Pasta is good. Do do do. Bum bum bum. Do 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 do. It's what, 3/4 time? That's what most waltzes are in. Dun 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 dun. There's my free pasta check for this. Yeah, I mean my pasta is good right now, so we're good. Yoshimaria won. Yay. So yeah, with this new game that I picked up, yeah, we do have it downloaded and ready to go. So whenever I do decide to play it, thank you for the pasta check. Stretching. Not a lot of crackle, which is kind of surprising. But thank you for the pasta check. I'll tell you this. I'll give you a free hydrate. This is for you, DA. There's a free hydrate for you. Alright. So yeah, that's kind of been my struggle. And plus, I still need to finish the adventure mode for Mario Tennis. I still need to do that first. So, and like, I've always had like ideas for the Wednesday, Friday slot. I mentioned something about Pokemon like Fire Red Leaf Green or something, because that came out back on Pokemon Day. It's always the green one. It's always the green one. I could do something with that. Because like it has been a while since we played Fire Red Leaf Green. So I played Leaf Green. I thought I saw something weird on my thumb, but no, I think it was just the shadow. Yeah, there's like a line on my thumb. That's weird. Yeah, I don't usually get a free posture check, but I threw that in for free for you. So yeah, it's just the visual similarities in a way, similar aesthetic in a way, where I know I can picture both games, and in terms of color palette, they are different. But like kind of aesthetically, they're a little similar. I have a gold mushroom, right? Yeah. I need to save up some money. Which this is really hard to do when everyone needs my money. Everyone needs my money. This is what happens when I try to save money. I always have to spend it on something. Those characters in drawing don't change clothing shape, but have different heights, poses, personalities, and color palettes. Yeah, I feel like I might be running into that problem. Like, character design and, like, differentiating them can be a little tough sometimes. But, like, whenever I design a character, I usually, I love color coordination. So I've been really liking Final Fantasy 16 because they are color-coded. Color-coded for your convenience. I think that's the name of a trope on TV tropes. It's color-coded for your convenience. Like, without getting too spoilery, our protagonist, Clive Rossfield, is from Rosaria, which their main color is red. Jill is from the Iron Kingdom or whatever it is, and they're kind of like blue. Dude. Yeah, it's really hard to save money when everyone needs it. Hugo Kupka is from Dalmekian Republic, and they're kind of yellow, golden mustard yellow. Waloed is purple. The Holy Empire of Sambrek is kind of white, light teal. So, like, everything is color-coded. And I love that everything is color-coded. It just makes me so happy. And anytime I like design characters, I usually stick to like a color for them. Like these current characters that I have in my brain for like this creative brainchild of mine, they are color coded. And I did mention it has something to do with the piece that I posted in the art part of my Discord. And her color is black, obviously, like black and dark purple. That's kind of her color. Oh, hey. I didn't think we'd be starting this so soon. This is where it originated from. If anyone wants to know Tessa Jane lore, here it is. It's time to run around in circles, run around in circles, run around in circles, run around in circles. There is a clip of the original Run Around in Circles. But yeah, the character I posted in the art about a few weeks ago, yeah, her primary color is like black and dark purple. Then I have another character whose primary color is like red, and then another one that's blue, and then like a lighter purple, and then another one that's primary color is yellow and green and kind of a darker blue and an orange. And I like colors, okay? I like color coordination. It's my favorite. Should DA check his pasta? Absolutely not. Well, the 8-ball says so. Try to color code myself blue whenever I try to do myself. Yeah, and it's so funny because whenever I have like my self-insert lore, I say that whenever I think of like a power that I would have is energy manipulation, and kind of like think of like Starfire's like Starbolts. But like the color of it would be like a bright blue. That's the color. And then there's like other like lores, like inner like power-ups or whatever that would change the color of the energy, but like primarily it's like a bright blue. But like my favorite color is purple. And if you notice any motif I have around here, it's usually purple. So yeah, but like colors. But I'd say purple and orange have kind of become colors for me in a way. Mostly because purple's my favorite color. I draw myself in a lot of purple outfits. And my hair is orange. I have a big mane of orange hair. Or kind of like ginger hair. So like my two most prominent colors are like purple and orange, more than likely. So, because I remember some rounds of Gartic Phone I've played with friends. If I ever need to be present in a drawing, it's usually like a blob of purple and a blob of orange, or just Kirby. I've somehow become synonymous with Kirby. So either of those things are usually my representative. No, so I'm listening to that and I'm not checking my pasta. Yep. I got run around in circles. This layout looks like a game controller that I'm playing on right now because I'm on the Switch 2. And also, somewhere along the way, my Switch 2 Pro Controller had its battery drained for whatever reason. And so it's plugged in right now. Because I tried turning on the Switch 2 with the controller and it was like nothing, no response on anything. So I had to plug it in. Plug it in, plug it in. We're good. Bloop! We did it! And we broke the record. Meant to say I'm checking my pasta. Gotcha! Like, you're not listening to 8-ball, you're gonna check your pasta. Wise idea. Because sometimes 8-ball is just on something and just wants to be defiant. So, yeah. So, hopefully I can get out of this self-doubt, procrastination, and at least try to get some headway on what direction I want to take my creative project. Because, like, it's one of those, there's multiple ways I can do it with my skill set. And I've been, like, doing a lot of research, and it's like I'm asking, like, forums and Google searching and looking at TikToks, and a lot of it is, like, can I do this, which would encompass all my skill sets? And it's like, no, you can't do that. It's generally ill-advised, but it's like, well, I don't want to not do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I need 13. I need to avoid 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 6, and 10 I need to avoid. Also, my, is it my star count? No, I have 2. Okay, never mind. I thought I had 1, 4, 3. Just gonna make the Stray Kids joke. Well, we're in the clear. Nice. 16. Don't pass. Goodbye. I don't need to pay you money. I'm going to pay Toad money instead. So yes, your plus and mine could be better. That is fair. I'm also just trying to do better with, like, my posture in general. Because, like, I have experienced some neck pain, and sometimes I get, like, really scrunched in and, like, super hobbit. I'm like, I need to not do that, because, like, sometimes my neck hurts. Sometimes my neck hurts, and I don't want my neck to hurt. So I'm trying to do better. This is Hanker Havoc, or okay. Okay, let's go. Let's do it, Morrow. Yay! I went, like, super quiet. My hand started hurting because the skin on my my left ring finger started pinching into my ring. Ow! Started hurting. I think it's just the way I was holding the controller. Hello, Max. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Yeah. Ow. Ooh, there's a line where my ring was. Ouch. Yep, that's where I got pinched. Ow. Mario Party be painful. Be good. How you doing? I am doing pretty well. Ow, just hurting my finger. No worries, everything's fine. Let's see, I typically color myself primary colors. Blue because it's my favorite color, red because characters like Mickey Mouse and Mario use red. And my brother thought red was my favorite color at one point, and yellow because being inverted from blue. Yeah, that's cool. I like using, like, primary colors for stuff, because if I was an art teacher, I would 100% have a project where you're only allowed to use primary colors. Like, primary colors, red, blue, yellow, and then white and black. That's it. And you can mix them, do some, like, color mixing, and see, like, what kinds of colors you can come up with. So I feel like that'd be a fun, like, little, like, project. Because, like, art is subjective. It is hard to, like, actually, like, grade. But, like, if I were an art teacher, I'd probably go with, like, a, you know, like, a certain, like, criteria, like, did you do this? Did you do that? Yes, and not, like, grade the actual art piece itself. You know, because, again, art is subjective. So, but that's just me, though. I would love a project where you're just only limited to the primary colors and white and black. I think that'd be fun. Chasing me. Pasta is better for me. No worries. Yeah. Yeah, gotta be all fancy in your posture. Turn a little posh when you say posture. Oh, come on. Alright, we can do this. Alright, come on. No! Man, I hate it when that happens. I think I just press the buttons too fast, and it doesn't register anything, and it... Bleh. Bleh. Turned into Dracula for a second. Bleh, I went to suck your blood. Anyway, I gotta head off. No worries. No worries for now. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you so much, and hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Alright, where? There. We're there. We're here. Hello. Let's say pasta, you blue. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. The pasta. Ow! My wrist! My wrist got locked up in a weird spot. We're good. I don't know if I've really won anything or not, but we're good. We're good. There goes Mario, the Luigi. You know what? He deserves it. Luigi deserves the world. Yeah, really, if anything, going back to the Mario Galaxy movie, if anything, I loved the green team representation. Again, without spoiling too much, green team representation, beautiful, loved it, 10 out of 10, no notes. But I do encourage people to go see the Mario Galaxy movie. It was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. And yeah, and that was also Riley's first experience in a movie theater. I think the only thing that was not fun for her was the movie theater seats. She is not quite like big enough to keep like the seat down, because they're one of those where you like they fold up and you gotta like pull the seat down to sit down, and like your weight just holds it down. Riley's not quite like big enough. I think her weight is fine for it, but like just her build, her tiny little 5-year-old build is not quite right for those chairs, and she was just trying so hard to get comfy. We had to like sit her in our laps a couple times. I was trying to hold the seat down for her so she can sit comfortably. But I think if that was like really it, and that was just a size thing for her. I'm a mess, 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 mess. I'm a mess, 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 mess. I'm a mess in distress, but we're still the best. Dressed fearless, say yes, we don't dress to impress. Alright. Ooh, I'm in control of the crane. Ooh. I get to control it. So yeah. But like overall the experience was pretty fun. She about downed her entire like I think our movie theater had Pepsi products. So it was Starry. I hate calling it Starry, by the way. It's Sierra Mist. I don't fucking care. But she about downed that whole freaking thing. And between me, Vegito, and the two kiddos, we demolished a jumbo-sized bowl of popcorn. We demolished it. Like halfway, not even halfway through the movie, it was like all gone. Just between the four of us. It was I mean, you gotta have the movie theater popcorn. Like, you gotta. It's stupid expensive. Because, like, I think we got 2, like, large Pepsis for me and Vegito. And 2 small Starries for the kids. And 1 big thing of popcorn. That was, like, $22 for all of that? It's like, our lunch at Taco Bell was slightly over that, and we got, like, food and drinks. So yeah, when you go to a movie theater, you are just paying for the experience. Everything is stupid expensive anyway. So, but the movie theater popcorn's so good. It's so good. But yeah, the Mario Galaxy movie was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. And if you haven't seen it, go see it if you can. Or maybe some people are waiting till it comes out on, like, Blu-ray or whatever. So, but yeah, it was good. It was good. I'm glad I wasn't spoiled anything. And there is a character that did get spoiled, like, a day or so before it was released in theaters. And I really wished this character was not spoiled at all. In case anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, good. Good. Because I feel like they should have kept this character. It's like revealing the demon or leaking that Paige was going to show up at WrestleMania on Saturday. Yeah, it's like, that's crazy. Why would you leak this? So, but yeah, it was good. The movie was good. And I remember, I think Del Toro in chat told me before we went and saw it, that there are 2 post-credit scenes. There are 2 post-credit scenes. There's one at the end of, like, the super cool animated end credits, and there is another one at the very end of the credits. So there are 2, and it is good to know that. But also, like, people watching Marvel movies should probably be privy to this knowledge. But also, the theater was, like, damn near empty when we got to, like, the end of the credits scene. So, and then I know who, yeah, it was almost unavoidable. Because, like, I think the official source posted it. Like, it wasn't like, oh, someone leaked it. It was like, no, it came from the official source. Which is like, why would you do this? Why would you do this? Like, make it a surprise. Because, man, I would have popped so hardcore had I not had this knowledge. I would have popped so hardcore. And again, I don't want to, like, spoil anything either, because but yeah, I do recommend going and watching the Mario movie. The Mario Galaxy movie is really good. So, yeah. Yeah, but luckily, we went and saw it at like 2 p.m. That was, because Vegito surprised us. He surprised us with tickets to the Mario movie. And that was really nice of him. I was looking at Luigi. Anyway. He surprised us with tickets to the Mario movie. And we got the 2 p.m. show because that worked better with our schedule. And it's also easier on the kids to go during the day and not at 7 p.m. Because like Riley was getting a little restless just from like the uncomfortable chair for her and just kind of being later in the afternoon and sitting still for a long time. You know, but like that's her and her schedule. But like for a 2 p.m. show in the afternoon and with a lot of kids there, I was really surprised at how well these kids behaved in our theater. I'm sure other people have had different experiences with different kids because I know how they can get. And like I heard the occasional chatter, but nothing was like super duper loud. They were using their inside voice, which was good. So I'm just really thankful these kids were behaved, honestly. I'm just really thankful. So, and it's like, I knew our kids are going to behave because they usually do. They're pretty good. They're pretty good at behaving. Because I remember I took Allie to see Detective Pikachu when she was like almost 5. And the only real chatter I got from her was her asking, what's that Pokemon? What's that Pokemon? I think there was like one Pokemon I didn't know off the top of my head in Detective Pikachu, and that was like Shiinotic. Because I could not remember it for the life of me. It's a Gen 7 Pokemon. I've only really played Gen 7 like a couple of times. Like, I legit do not remember. Yeah, that was like, that was the only one I didn't know off the top of my head. So a kid busts his ass climbing the stairs and dropped his popcorn and soda. Oh my god, he didn't cry. He took it like a champ, and then parents got him more. I mean, you know, good on the kid. I would have cried. Because, I mean, stuff happens. It happens. You can trip and fall real easily. Oh, dang it, dang it, dang it. It's moving so slow. There we go. Get a rhythm going. Also, welcome back, Blue. I saw you pop up. At least the cake is an easy job to do. Just grab it and release it most of the time. Nice! Hey! But yeah, like, if my kid, like, it wasn't their fault, they tripped and fell and dropped stuff, not their fault, then of course I'd get them more. The only time where I wouldn't is if they, like, chugged all of their stuff in, like, the first 2 minutes and, complain that it's all gone. It's like, no, you don't get any more, because you didn't go slow. But, like, if they just, like, trip and fall, then that's a whole different thing. But yeah, that's, whew. Yeah, good on the kid for taking it like a champ. Yeah, I think the only instance of like a really loud kid was like this little like 3-year-old boy. Couldn't have been older than 3. Like right as the light started dimming, he got like a little bit loud, but then like immediately after that, nothing. You know? And again, I'd hear the occasional chatter, but like nothing too bad, you know? Because they are kids in a movie theater, you know? So. Yeah. Excuse me. You got a sandwich? What kind of sandwich did you get? What kind of sandwich did you get? I am not a sandwich connoisseur. Really, peanut butter and jelly and grilled cheeses are really about the only sandwiches I will eat. I love a good, like, cafe grilled cheese sandwich. Because there's kind of a local cafe in, the town we go to for errands. And every so often we'll go there for lunch. And it's just nice to get like a grilled cheese and fries from there. It is nice. Such a good crispy grilled cheese sandwich. Rich to inform you, it is turkey and Colby Jack, not a PB&J. I feel like I have heard you say turkey and Colby Jack before. I just wanted to ask you a question, you know, engage in conversation. Is it wrong to engage in conversation? I think not. I think not. Because sometimes I just want to ask people things to get them to talk about stuff. Even if it's something that I don't like, or I don't know much about. And pick their brain about things. Whee! Ah, my eyes! I didn't blink! Oh! There was a good, like, 5 to 10 second stretch where I just did not blink. Oh, I felt my eyes hurt. Oh, that was rough. It's my usual sandwich, yeah. Sometimes PB&J, but most often a turkey and Colby Jack with a little bit of mayo. Listen, enjoy the mayo. Why is it always me? Why is it always me? I'm just so popular. I have never once had this issue before. No, it's always me. I'm just so damn popular. Nope. Never once had that issue before, ever. Me? Popular? No, not really. The only real time I was ever, like, quote-unquote popular was during basketball season, because I was on dance team basketball season, and I was, like, the best one. Like, if I pull up a video of one of my dance routines, and one of them... Well, you usually either hear it when we're walking out to our spots, or when they individually introduce our names. Because our dance coach did that from time to time. You'll usually hear a handful of people yell at the top of their lungs, "Go Tessa!" And it's like, that was the only time I was ever really popular. I do remember two of my friends, I think we were friends. Yeah, I mean, we were also teammates for softball too. They had, for one of the games, they had made t-shirts for themselves, and it was like a Go Tessa. They like custom made these shirts and decorated them. It was actually really cool. There is a picture of it somewhere. Ooh, you dodged me. Nice. So, yeah, that's like really the only time I was ever really like quote-unquote popular was for dance team, because I was the best dancer on my high school team. So, like, yeah, if I pulled up a video and you just heard the audio, you would hear, "Go Tessa!" Or like whenever individual names were introduced, I always got the loudest cheers. It didn't start out that way. It kind of started out that way because I was the only freshman on the basketball dance team, but then I think at most we had like maybe 2 in my grade, me and someone else. But when we got to like senior year, when we got to like senior and junior year, you know, it was pretty apparent. Those cheers. They'd be like, yeah, introducing so-and-so, da-da-da-da-da, and Tessa, and then it'd be like, yeah! So, yeah, that was really the only time I ever got to experience popularity in high school. Other than that, no one really gave a shit about me, so it's fine. I do remember, I think I've told the story a few times before. I do remember, I want to say winter homecoming senior year. So I don't know how any other schools do it. This was how my high school did it. So as you progress through high school, freshman year, you vote on a representative, for your grade, for the homecoming court. So it's like one freshman, one sophomore, one junior, and then the 3 seniors for the queen candidates. Right? And if you were a candidate, if you got selected to be a candidate, like freshman year, you cannot be back on the ballot until senior year queen candidates. So let's say if someone was voted as a, on the homecoming court as a freshman for the fall season, their name would not appear on this list again until senior year queen candidate. And if anyone was a queen candidate, I believe, candidate or the actual queen for the fall season, they wouldn't show up again for the winter season. So no one can be homecoming queen for both fall and winter. That couldn't happen. So my name never got picked because there's usually like a first ballot. You have a primary list and then it gets narrowed down from the highest votes and then you vote on whoever. And that's usually how it went. So when it got to senior year queen and king candidate voting, because they had to select 3 for king and queen candidates, of course. Like fall homecoming is usually the cream of the crop popular kids. Like the most popular guy and girl, like shoo-in for fall homecoming because it's usually the freshest on the brains and everything. So that's like a whatever. That's like a whatever. We already know who. But then like winter is kind of like, okay, not like a second-rate popularity, but probably more like you really had to think about it. Who do you like in school? Whatever, But fall homecoming, the closest I got was an escort for a king candidate during the fall pep rally that we had, because the escorts had to be in an activity and I was in girls golf during the fall. So that was really like the closest thing. But when it came to winter, we had to do the preliminary voting and everything, and then like the final voting to get the candidates. Well, somebody got caught fudging the votes. Somebody got caught doing that and tried to like skew it towards one person or whatever. The rumors kind of pointed towards one person. I think she ended up as a queen candidate anyway. Or I don't really remember. I don't think she did. I don't remember the whole details, but someone got caught cheating. I think the principal made him admit it, because it was a guy that did it. They made him admit it, and we had to redo the voting. We had to redo it. And we had to do it in the cafeteria where they can keep an eye on the entire senior class. So that was fun. And that was like right after lunch, I think. I think it was like right after lunch. Or they called us out of class for that. I don't remember, but I remember going back to class after it, and people, I think I had to go to like my government and economics class right after that, because that's a class I had after lunch, and a lot of the guys in the class were telling me like, hey, I voted for you, I was like, okay, thanks. Because they always compliment my dancing anyway, so I had some votes at least. But the queen candidates ended up being a really chill girl who wasn't didn't hang out with like the popular girls, but like wasn't like a quote-unquote loser, whatever, you know? So it was a really chill girl. One of my friends who is a really cool kid, like she's like one of them like art kids, but she's really chill, she's really funny. I voted for her, of course, because she was one of my friends. And then the third candidate was a bitch, who was the one who forgot I existed freshman year PE and didn't spell my last name right in a class where we had to do a PowerPoint presentation on affirmations of our entire class. And we had a list of our classmates, first and last name, and she misspelled my last name. She literally could not care less about me. Like, she was that much of a bitch. She was that much of a bitch. And it was really, I was really surprised seeing her name on the candidate list. But luckily the real chill girl won. I would imagine the votes are probably between the chill girl and my friend, the art kid. So I would imagine, because like no one really liked this bitch. No one really liked her anyway. So, yeah. So that was a fun high school experience. That was a fun high school experience. And also that was the same year where they tried to cancel Winter Homecoming. They legit tried to cancel. It's like, hello, excuse me? Like, why? Why are we canceling this? So, the students fought real hard on that. And, the students won. We got our homecoming. And a homecoming dance along with it. Probably like a budget cut type thing is my best guess. Where? I don't have money. I need money first. Like, I don't know how many votes I got for a potential queen candidate. It would have been really cool. It would have been really cool, but I think it worked out for the better. Because, you know, small town. Alright. Alright. Jet Peach. So yeah, like I wasn't like a popular kid in school. I was often like ignored, treated like I didn't exist. You know? And like I had friends that I hung out with. But it's just like most people just forgot I was there. I was always so quiet. Because I was like the shy, quiet kid in school. Which it happened one time. I think it was during Okami. And I didn't remember this person until like my husband looked up their username and I'm like, oh yeah, I do know this person actually. I felt kind of bad. But I was like, I don't remember you. Because this person came into chat and was like, I know you're from high school or whatever. And it's like, I've never heard you talk so much. Whereas like people who would come in and know me from like streaming, they know I constantly yap. So, grab. I think that's good. We did her hair. She got her hair did. So yeah, it's like if anyone that knew me like growing up in like, you know, school, they would probably be so taken aback at just how much I am talking. You're like, I've never heard you talk so much in my life. And it's like, well, you never gave me a chance to talk. No one ever gave me a chance to talk. So, high school Tessa Jane lore. So, there you go. There's some free lore bits for you. Like, no one ever paid for Tessa Jane lore anyway. Hello, Antonio. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Alright, I have a golden mushroom. But I'm kind of saving it up. I think the star is over in the top right corner. So, yeah. Oh goodness. Ah! Well, that's fine. Also, you want to hear some more Tessa Jane lore? I've mentioned a handful of times that when I was in high school, I went to New York to dance in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade as a part of like this big like dance and cheer organization. I don't know if they're still called this, but like the Spirit of America Productions. They have like the NDA, National Dance Alliance, and like the cheer stuff. Because we would go to dance camps that were, you know, produced by these organizations, and they determine which of these girls can like, or an all-American candidate, and you do like a little thing, and then they determine like, yeah, you make all-American. And so because you can make all-American, and I did my senior year, and because you are an all-American, there's a few things you can do. You can either go to New York City for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, or you can fly to London for their New Year's parade. I was the first one, because we had a couple All-Americans before, but they kind of paraded around holding the title, not really doing anything about it. And my mom had looked into it. It's like, yo, this is actually really cool. Like, let's do it. And yeah, because you had to make a decision by like July. So we're like, yeah, let's do it. And I busted my ass raising money to go. And I went by myself to New York City. And I was, you know, I busted my ass raising money to go to New York City and everything. And, you know, danced in the parade. It was a really fun experience. But also, I was going to have to miss a couple days of school. Because it ran, you know, because over here, usually, some schools have the entire week of Thanksgiving off, and some schools only have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off. Growing up, like, my high school, we had the Monday, Tuesday before Thanksgiving for school, but then after that, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we had off. So I had to check all my classes, go to my teachers, like, hey, I'm going to be, like, people knew I was going to New York to do this, and of course I had to, like, you know, double check with all my teachers, like, hey, what assignments am I going to miss on these days? And everything was taken care of, and I had talked to my art teacher. And I said, hey, I'm going to be gone for these 2 days. What am I going to miss? And he said, because like every week we had to do like our sketchbook. We had to sketch something in our sketchbook and answer a question of like the list of questions. And my art teacher told me, just make sure your take your sketchbook to me and we'll double check everything, and, you know, we'll just count it, you know, like just do a sketchbook ahead of time, essentially. And it's like, all right, cool. So I did it, and I did all my, you know, did all my assignments and everything beforehand. And so I thought everything was perfectly fine for that. And when I come back from New York, I look at my grade, and they tell me, you have a D in art, which makes you ineligible for your extracurriculars. Because if you had a D or an F, you couldn't do any activities. And this was the year they changed it. Because used to, if you had a D or an F in a class, you were ineligible for that week. If you got your grade up within that week, you can go back to your activities the next week. Of course, my senior year, they had changed it to where if you had a D or an F, you were ineligible for the 9 weeks. Or for the rest of the 9-week period. Like whatever quarter you're in at school, you were ineligible for the rest of that time until the beginning of the next quarter, which is stupid, I might add. So I ended up with this D in art. And I thought everything was fine. I did my sketchbook. I did the assignments my art teacher told me to. And it got put in as a D. I think they got marked as missing. And that's why. It's like, dude, I turned it in beforehand. You said it was good. Apparently it wasn't. So, which absolutely sucked because we had like 2 or 3 performances for dance, like right after Thanksgiving. They did let me go on the dance team field trip. They did let me do that because I got my grade up, but they didn't let me perform because, like as soon as I got back, figured out what was happening, turned in my work, brought my grade back up like almost immediately, but I was still ineligible for essentially up until Christmas break. So, like, I could still practice, but I couldn't perform, which was stupid. It was so stupid. Our teacher a douche for that. Learning new information, he was probably too high to even notice. Because funny enough, the year after I graduate, there was a huge scandal at my high school. 3 teachers and faculty member got busted for weed. Because weed is illegal in the state of Kansas. Weed is illegal in the state of Kansas, at least at the time. So, yeah, the following year, it was the art teacher, one of the history teachers, and one of the activities directors got busted for weed. So, and I'm like, you know what? That checks out. So, that art teacher was probably too high to notice. And it's like, I don't care if people want to smoke weed. I literally do not care. I don't care for the smell of it. Because, I have been around it a time or two. And I cannot stand the smell of it. I cannot stand the smell of weed. So, it's like, I don't care if people want to smoke it, just not in my vicinity, preferably. Preferably. So, but yeah, luckily most of our performances were after Christmas break, so I didn't miss too much of the dance performances. But man, it really sucked. And my presence was missed in those first few dance routines. My presence was missed. Like, heavily. So, and of course, the first routine that I get to do coming back, I gloriously screwed up. I made a glorious mistake. Oh, it was really bad. I don't even know what happened. Because we were doing a routine to What Makes You Beautiful by One Direction. Because this was like January 2013. So, give you an idea on the era. And, you know, the routine was perfectly fine, but like, we decided to add on this thing at the end. And it's like, all right, cool. So that was like kind of like the most recent thing we did. And when it was time to perform it, I like jumped ahead by like 2 whole 8 counts, and I started doing a different move than everyone else. I'm like, ah, shit. But I think from my face you can't tell, because the art of performance, when you mess up, you gotta keep going. The show must go on. So, yeah, you just gotta keep going. Just gotta keep going, and that's what I did. Luckily, on this particular routine, I did get redemption because we got to do like this collaboration with one of our rival towns' dance team. And we taught them the What Makes You Beautiful routine with the little bits at the end. And luckily, I'm like, this is my redemption. This is my redemption. And I did it correctly when we performed it. And it was at the other town. So yeah, luckily I got redemption and did it correctly. There is a video out there. Someone had posted it on Facebook. So I can probably dig up that video of me doing it correctly. But yeah, redemption. And I also know for homecoming that year, I did goof a little bit. I goofed on a part, but it's fine. You know, whenever you make a mistake, you just gotta keep going. Like, yeah, that happened on purpose. So yeah. There are parts of high school I miss, but like mostly no, not really. Like I do miss like performing dances, you know, I do miss that. I miss that same thing about college too. You know, like I miss being like with the dance team and having fun and doing all of that and hanging with friends, but like not any of like the class stuff. No, not at all. So yeah. Hello, Johnny. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Alright, Star is somewhere over there. I think I'll use my golden mushroom next turn. Just talking about dance team. Kinda hiccuping over here. Whee! Whee! Speaking of like dance, this has always like kind of bugged me in a way. Ugh. A little mini rant, if you will. It's not a Tessa Jane stream without some kind of rant in it somewhere. So I'm K-pop fan, right? I've been a K-pop fan since like 2010. So for about 16 years, like half of my life has been kind of into the K-pop world. Oh my god, she's gonna kill me. Yeah, I couldn't do anything about it. So I've been listening to K-pop, like, I got into, like, second generation K-pop. I was there when third generation was born, you know, and everything, right? And a lot of what I discovered in terms of, like, groups and songs and things is Girls' Generation. Girls' Generation was, like, one of my favorite girl groups for a long time. Well, really, Girls' Generation and FX more so, but like I did like Girls' Generation a lot, listen to their music. I even used I Got a Boy for my section of the homecoming dance. Bloop! Carbessa! We got the mic. Hello, Vegito. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. So, yeah, Girls' Generation, and one of my favorite Girls' Generation songs is Genie. And getting into K-pop at about the same time as I'm like discovering my love of dance, I've learned all these K-pop dances. Right? It's down here, right? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need more than a 10. Okay. So one of the dances I learned was to the Girls' Generation song, Genie. Genie is one of my favorite songs. And the point dance of Genie is the leg flick. It was so satisfying to see. I love doing that little leg flick part. Now, G, 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 baby, baby. Yeah, that's G. Genie was like released after, but anywho, I love the leg flick part of Genie. It's one of my favorite things to do. I just really love that dance. And Of course, I learned it from the original source. So here lately, it's nothing new that newer K-pop groups cover older groups. That is not new whatsoever, right? And I have seen a handful of newer idols covering Genie, which that's making its rounds, right? Sure. It's making its rounds. The newest SM group, Hearts to Heart, it did a little cover of it. I've seen Stray Kids do a little TikTok cover of it. I've seen another like handful of idols covering it. One thing that bothers me so much, as for one, a dancer, and two, a dancer who learned this dance from the original source, is none of these idols are doing this leg flick properly. They're doing it more like a kick and not a flick, if that makes any lick of sense whatsoever. So, trying to figure out a good way to describe. So, the original dance, you know, you like flick your leg. Like, okay, so if you take your legs, hold on. We're gonna get some exclusive sitting in a spot for this. Okay, hold on. We're gonna get some exclusive Tessa sitting in a couch. Just so I can understand this. Okay, so I can describe it to you. Okay. So I can do the leg flick part. Okay, so the leg flick, you like kick out your ankle. Like kick out your ankle to use your left leg. And you kick it out and then you like flick it to bring it back in immediately and put it down. It's like you're making like a little circle with like your leg flick. And you do that. You flick it and you bring it back in, like putting it back in a slot. So it's like it's a little pin. You flick out your leg and then you put like the pin back in like the hole. You know? If that makes any sense of how I'm describing it. So that's how you're supposed to do it. That's the original dance. I even looked up the original dance practice and a lot of music shows just to make sure I wasn't like going crazy and gaslighting myself over what the original step is. And what these guys are doing is they're not flicking, they're just kicking on the steps. It's like, no, that's not how you flick. That's not the leg flick. All right, I'm back on the floor. There's your exclusive Tessa sitting in a couch moment. Just so I can properly describe what was happening. So yeah, it's one of those that probably just bugs me and only me. Not entirely sure. But like, I'm seeing a lot of newer idols not doing it properly. And it's one of those, these are K-pop idols who are drilled constantly over choreography. And like, you'd think they would like try to do it right. Especially the Hearts to Heart girls. Okay. So, yeah, because like the Hearts to Heart girls, they're from SM Entertainment. They are the Hubeis of Girls' Generation. You'd think they would be taught like the actual move and not just a quote-unquote dumbed down version of it. It drives me crazy when that happens, because I hate it when moves that aren't that difficult get dumbed down. I got in trouble for this at school, by the way, because this happened for a routine I was trying to teach my dance team. Senior year. Yeah, senior year was kind of bonkers. Yeah, not only was I ineligible for stupid reasons, I also got in trouble. And because it was one of those, only I would get in trouble for something like this when other people can do it perfectly fine. It's one of those situations. Because I have seen many of my classmates complain about things online all the time. Nobody bats an eye. When I do it, I'm the one that gets in trouble for it. Because I was teaching a routine and I was teaching Tiara's roly-poly. So there's some context. There's a move where you do like a little kick and like you pop out your knees and you do it as you like make a quarter turn. And like once you get the rhythm of it, it's not that hard. It really isn't. And there was one day I was sick from school. Like I was really sick, had like a cold, and I wasn't there for dance practice one day. And that move got changed behind my back without me knowing. I didn't know it got changed till the next time I went to school. Oh no! I forgot to let up. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, that move got changed, like the little knee pop, because it got dumbed down to like a kick and then turn all the way 180. Kick, turn, 180. So instead of like 1 and 2, turn, like kick 1, turn 2, kick 3, turn 4, kick 5, turn 6, kick 7, turn 8. It was kick 1, 2, turn 3, 4, kick 5, 6, turn 7. It got so slow and it kills the energy of the move. And it's like, it really isn't that hard. It's just you gotta be light on your feet. That's it. And it got dumbed down behind my back. And once I found out, I did what everyone else was doing. I took it to Facebook and I complained about it because it was like, Facebook's always like, what's on your mind? I'm like, I gave Facebook what was on my mind. And I got in trouble for it. I got in trouble for expressing my thoughts and feelings on something when other people did it perfectly fine. And it led to a whole slew of mental health issues. I don't want to get too deep into it because it's still kind of hard for me to talk about. But like, it did half-ass get resolved. They made me apologize and we just like scrapped the routine in its entirety. Some of the girls really did like the routine and they were doing some of the moves and it did make me a little happy. I still got to do the homecoming routine. But like we just scrapped that routine in its entirely. And yeah, it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. So I feel some type of way when dance moves that aren't difficult at all are quote unquote dumbed down. I do feel some type of way about it. Like the leg flick for Genie, it really isn't that hard because like you can easily see it in like live performances that Girls' Generation does, and hold on. Where is the? Oh, it's up there. Peach is right there. How many spaces do I have? I have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Battle. Nah, I won't buy anything. So yeah, like you go back and watch old videos of Girls' Generation, watch that dance practice video. You'll see they do the leg flick and then bring their leg in and down. So it's like a flick and then down, flick, down. But these Stray Kids was guilty of it. I saw them do it. I'm like, are you stupid? Yeah, I'll call Stray Kids stupid on that one. Jokingly, lovingly, of course. But yeah, like I see newer groups just kick out. They kick out on the step, and it's like, that's not what the move is. And it's like, there's only certain situations where you can alter moves and it'll be okay. Like if you have mobility issues but still want to try a dance, you can, there's modified versions of the dances in a lot of places. But like that's really the only case if you have mobility issues. So for like a trained K-pop idol would not have these mobility issues. They are trained to learn these crazy dances very quickly. Anyone who is like perfectly healthy, doesn't have crazy mobility issues, they can do this move perfectly fine. But they, instead of a flick, they kick out and in, out in, and it kind of ruins the essence of the dance in my personal opinion. So there's my rant of the day, I guess. Yeah, I know, I sat on the couch. Yeah, immersion broken. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'll do better. I am on the floor currently right now, so everything's fine. No, I'll go this way. I have been rewarded for my decisions. I have been rewarded. I get you. Sometimes I watch performances of my favorite songs and it's like, that's not quite how it goes. But no one cares but me. Yeah, there's a lot of things I'm like, I feel like I'm the only one that cares about this. I feel that all the time. It's like, oh, these things bother me and only me, you know, type feeling. So, but yeah, that's one thing that like bothers me and only me. So I don't mind making a move easier if it is a universally difficult move. Ah, shit. I hate that. But like, if it's like a difficult move that literally everybody is having trouble with, yes, change it, alter it, make it better for the whole team. But if like one or two people are struggling with it, don't change the whole thing for everyone, and it ruins it. Because like, I have been told countless times on my dance team to tone it down. Yeah. So me, who was like a step above everyone on my dance team, was told to tone it down. So it wouldn't make the others feel bad or whatever, or look bad. It's like, I understand it's a team. We want to look cohesive. But it's like, I was giving it 100% all the time. The rest of the team gave it like 50% on a good day. And like, if I show you routines from high school, you will see it clear as day. So, but yeah, there is, and I know about a year ago, there was discussions of the K-pop group Baby Monster and Ahyun, with Ahyun quote-unquote overdancing. And it brings up this debate of like, what is overdancing and like being told to tone it down. There is a difference between someone dancing 100% in a group of 50s and someone dancing 200% in a group of hundreds. I was always the 100 dancing in the 50s, and Ahyun was the one dancing 200% in a group of hundreds. And overdancing looks awful. And here's where some people may get a little bit mad at me. ATEEZ is guilty of this. This is why I am not the biggest fan of most ATEEZ's choreography. Because they look like it's overdancing to all hell. But like, people eat it up because they don't know any better. They don't know. And it's really sad to see. The only real dance that I liked and was like actively trying to learn at one point is Adrenaline, and that's one of their latest ones. But like, a lot of their dancing, Sun is guilty of this by a long shot. It looks like he's just like having a seizure half the time. And it drives me crazy. Where is the star? It's over there. Fuck. It's fine. Nope. Shit. Nope. 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 No. Don't pass. Don't pass. But yeah, it just. A lot of ATs is guilty of this, and it just drives me crazy when they're all just like seizing. They're like seizing on stage. It's like really the only way to describe it. And it's like, it doesn't look good. Like, instead of like being like so tense and tight and trying to do all the moves, relax and keep it sharp. There's a difference between a sharp movement and having a seizure. So, and like, yeah, there were cases where I did get a little too crazy, and there were instances I have gone back through some routines and I have clearly overdanced, but it's like, it looks bad. Because I will go back and like watch some routines from high school occasionally, and there's a specific spot where it's like overdancing on my part. I'm like, ugh, that looks bad. Like, I will look back and cringe. I'm like, why did I do that? Because one instance, it was sophomore year. It was the first routine sophomore year. And we did it to Shoddy Fire Burning on dance floor. Somebody call 911. Shoddy fire burning on the dance floor. You know, Sean Kingston. What happened to him, by the way? I wish I knew. Anywho, we did like a little like intro song that got spliced into the real song, and the beginning, the intro of it essentially just vocals. Somebody call 911, shorty fire burning on the dance floor, and it kicks in the music, the beat starts dropping, and there's a part where like we gotta like kind of do like a little hip swing, and like our back is turned to the crowd, and we do like a little hip swing on our part. Excuse you! Go away! I was gonna span you in a second, but 2 in a row? Bitch, go get out of here, satisfied hammer man. Shaman? Oh, hammer man. Hammer man. I like hammer man better. Satisfied shaman? No, go away with your twice in a row. It wasn't a high, bro. It was want popularity? No, I don't need that. I'll get it on my own, thank you. Must have been a crazy delay. I heard you say that and you were already... Yeah, See if refreshing helps. Yeah, usually that helps me. If I'm like, have a crazy delay in like your stream, I will close out of the app and come back in. Usually I have the crazy delays when I am out and about in my vehicle. So yeah, I'm literally here just drawing. Yeah, and like I saw it pop up and I'm like, you're probably here. I'll let you get it. And then the twice in a row happened. I'm like, excuse me. Excuse you, what? Hammerman. I like Hammerman better. But yeah, on like a little hip swing part where you kind of like essentially show your butt to the crowd, you know? Like the move's just like a little like hip swing to like get him, you know, get him going. What I did, I went a little too much. I was the hammerman. I went ham. And I like really like showed my ass, and I like my back was like parallel to the floor. That's how much gusto I put in this move. And watching it back, I'm like, ugh, why did I do that? Why did I decide to do that? Wee. Yeah, I think they squeaked out ahead. So yeah, there have been cases where I have overdanced before. And it's one of those, I do recognize it, and I will fix it. you know? Because there is a difference between going 100% and then going past 100%. There's a difference. So, yeah. So that's why I just can't get into ATEEZ's dancing. I just can't. It just looks like they're just having seizures. And it drives me insane. Yeah, Adrenaline is like the only dance where it like kind of fits that you would need to have like kind of the full out, you know, dancing, but not like a seizure dancing. Because like there's times where I will see a clip of ATEEZ dancing and the comments are just like, oh my god, he's such a good dancer. It's like, bro is having a seizure. Is his health okay? So yeah, that's just me and how I consume. What do I have? I have golden mushroom. Okay. Where is the star? Is it still over there? It's just still over there. Well, I ain't going anywhere with that roll. Probably after this turn, we're gonna take our break. I do need to like stretch my legs a little bit. And I can use a snack. I can use a snack. Bloop. Delayed. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, but this game is essentially baseball. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Anything can happen at any given time, especially on this last one. So yeah, I can lose this, honestly, right now. Or I can just win. I can just win. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind and I can't get enough. I don't know if that's the lyric actually, but oh, we're about there. Okay, cool. So we're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a break. We're going to get up, stretch, go to the bathroom, grab a snack, do whatever it is you need to do, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, we are back. There we go. It's like we left on the Mike Kirby. Let's change it. Let's change it to the blue ponytail. Alright, cool. We're here. Hello, we're back. My snack was a couple of Reese's. Because my husband got me this like this super king size Reese's that has like 6 of the cups instead of the normal 2 and the 4 from the regular king size. And I hadn't touched it yet. I'm like, shit, I should probably get on that. So I had a couple as my snack. So I essentially had like a full Reese's full Reese's thing. So it's fine. I love Reese's. It's my favorite candy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. He didn't have any money though. If I could just like go the distance, that would be beautiful. Honestly. It's not really going distance. We're like halfway there. Wow, we're halfway there. Wow. Not a prayer. Looking for a regular mushroom. Help me go the distance. He is going the distance. He's going for speed. Alright. So, I mentioned something about WrestleMania weekend. That was this past weekend. Because we made our WrestleMania nachos and we have a lot of dishes from it, so, dishes are gonna be fun to do. But it's fine, it's worth it. Nachos were delicious. Like, if anyone ever, like, there's, like, any kind of, like, situation where it's like, hey, we need someone to make some queso. Me and Vegito can do it, because we make really good, like, cheese sauce for nachos. So we make really good queso. We make very good queso. So if anyone needs us for that, hey, we're good. Anyway. Yeah, WrestleMania was this weekend, and oh boy. Oh boy. Oh man, where do I begin? Where do I begin on how incredibly mid WrestleMania was? Yeah, I said it. WrestleMania was mid. Like, I think I remember saying after Sunday that I feel like giving it a 5 out of 10 is too generous. Or maybe that was after night 1. I don't know. I don't remember. But, like, yeah, it was so mid. Like, the highs were very high, but the lows were very low. The lows were very low. So cool. No, don't pass. So yeah, where do I even start with WrestleMania? I was really disappointed in a lot of different things in regards to how WrestleMania went. I was really disappointed. I made a handful of tweets. There's a reply to a tweet about something related to WrestleMania that I still get notifications for. So I guess we could just like go in order. So to start things off, we had a 6-man tag of the Usos and LA Knight against The Vision, Austin Theory, and Logan Paul teaming with IShowSpeed. Speed, it seems like a real chill guy. He gets it in a way. He was actually pretty good in the match. And he turns on the vision after the match, and he frog splashes Logan Paul through the announce table. Good on him. Always love to see Logan Paul get his ass kicked. And that was kind of eh. I really didn't watch most of it because I was in the kitchen putting the finishing touches on the nachos. Or like getting the girls' stuff ready. Yeah, I was getting nachos ready. So I missed the first bit. And plus it started at 5 p.m. our time. Which is pretty early. So, yeah. And the next match was Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu in an unsanctioned match. And for those who may not know, unsanctioned it kind of can be categorized as one of them, like no holds barred, extreme rules, street fight type things. But like unsanctioned, the whole thing is like WWE is not liably responsible for anything that happens. So, you know, it's one of those like, oh, you're not medically cleared? All right, we can't stop you. Oh, you're gonna like do everything short of murder? We can't stop you. You know, that's kind of the whole idea on that stipulation. And also the whole caveat was the first hour of both nights of WrestleMania were free on, I think, ESPN2 and ESPN, respectively, on Saturday and Sunday. They were free on the ESPN network, one of the channels or whatever. So, and that's kind of a ploy to get people to bite on it. Let me do this real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I count 20. The boos are hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm just gonna go with my gut. Anyway, so the first, essentially 2 matches. The first 2 matches were free on like the ESPN, free on cable, essentially. Oh my god. May I stop trying to call me? The stupid scam line or whatever. Nice. Anyway. Ads are going. Wonderful. Cool. How topical. Honestly. Oh man, that's kind of funny how ads are going right now while I'm talking about WrestleMania. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. Yeah, this freaking company that is nowhere near where I live is trying to call me. And it's like, no, this is a scam. Because, like, the number it's trying to call me from is in, like, my local area. And this company doesn't exist in my local area. So, yeah, it's pretty much a scam. And also, if it's important, they leave a voicemail. Anywho. So, yeah, the first 2 matches were essentially, like, free on cable. And then, if you want to watch the rest of the show, then you gotta purchase the ESPN app to go watch the show. So that's how that works. So, yeah, and I think there was only like maybe like 20 minutes of wrestling in that first hour. And it was just ads. Ads central. Too many ads. People watching internationally on Netflix got the Hulk Hogan documentary for like a solid 3 minutes. Like, ads? No, they got the Hulk Hogan doc. So it was, yeah, a ton of ads on ESPN or the Hulk Hogan documentary that no one really cares about. I mean, it would be an interesting watch just to kind of, you know about Hulk Hogan or whatever, but like a lot of people don't really like him. Dang it. So anyway, And then there were 3 women's matches on WrestleMania Saturday and only 1 women's match on Sunday. When there were a rumored 6 matches across the entire weekend. 6 women's matches across the entire weekend. So allegedly it was 3 Saturday, 3 Sunday. Women's matches. No, we didn't get that at all. We had 3 women's matches on Saturday. And the first one that we saw was the Fatal 4-Way Women's Tag Match. And it was a good match. We saw a hell of a return that I posted in the wrestling Discord. Or the wrestling section of the Discord. And we had a... would have been surprise return had some news outlet didn't report that they had re-signed with WWE, because I saw that like the day before. I hate wrestling reporting sometimes because it's like they spoil damn near everything, and it makes me so mad. They just want it for the free clicks, and I hate it. But anywho, Paige, a very famous wrestler in the era of like Divas era WWE, the very first women's NXT champion, Paige, who had left the company years ago because WWE would not medically clear her to compete after her neck injury. And she left to go do her own thing. And she had a stint in AEW, which essentially proved that she can still go. And, you know, I like watching her wrestle in AEW. I watched her for a little bit. And then her contract with them was up, and then she re-signed with WWE recently. And since Nikki Bella was still injured, couldn't be cleared to compete in the tag match, luckily, Paige had re-signed right before then, and they're like, all right, put you in here. And so one of the biggest pops of the entire weekend was Paige coming back. Hey, look at that. A woman responsible for one of your biggest crowd reactions. Imagine that, WWE. Mostly pointing the finger at TKO, honestly, because they're the ones sticking their noses in shit. But I digress. Anyway, so the women's tag match was pretty good. Brie Bella and Paige won the tag titles. Also, I might add... Oh, shit, I lost track. Is it this one? Nope! It was not that one! Oh, well, it was the other one. It's fine. Anywho, I'm gonna make a little, addition here that, Charlotte and Alexa looked freaking amazing. They looked amazing. They looked phenomenal. Their gears were perfect. It was so good. So good. I'm also going to get got by this. I know it. At least Peach gets to lose all her money. Hi. Yeah, take my money. So yeah, the women's tag match, and the women's 4-way tag match was like 8 minutes and 40 something seconds. Something. And then after that was Becky Lynch and AJ Lee for the Women's Intercontinental title, which is a pretty solid match. Becky won the title back. Sorry, I felt something weird with my teeth for a second. I'm sure Becky's a little frustrated because she has put so many people over just for them to throw the title back on her. It's like, dude. Anywho, it was a good match. Less than 9 minutes, I might add. And then, that's what? 4 matches. I don't remember. There was a men's match in there somewhere. I don't remember what it was. I honestly do not remember what it was. Let me look it up. Because there was a men's match in there somewhere. And it was between Icy and Liv and... Seth and Gunther! How could I forget that one? I must have forgot that was night one. So yeah, Seth and Gunther. Okay, so the women's tag match was 8 minutes and 33 seconds. Yeah, also there was like 21 minutes of wrestling in the first hour that was supposed to be free on ESPN, by the way. So, there you go. 8.5 minutes for the women's tag match, 8 minutes and 15 seconds for Becky and AJ. Which is like, alright, whatever, like, it's WrestleMania, they could go longer. But, what do I know? And then Seth and Gunther went like 17, almost 18 minutes. And then, here's the big controversy going on here. Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vaquer only went 6 minutes and 51 seconds. Your world title went 6 minutes and 51 seconds. It's WrestleMania. We've had world title matches for the women go like 20-something minutes, like 15 minutes. They could have gotten an extra 5 minutes easy. Like, we're going backwards from the women's revolution. We are going backwards. So, the excuses that had been reported on yesterday, the excuse was, both women are banged up and we didn't want any injuries for the two of them going forward. So that's why their match was cut short. Bullshit for several different reasons. One, both Liv and Stephanie were going when the bell rang. They were going. And this was a feud built on animosity and violence. People were looking forward to this match. It had one of the best builds out of all of WrestleMania. And they give us this mediocre match that could have been on Raw. They gave us a Raw quality match on the biggest show of them all. The Super Bowl of wrestling, as they call it. And they give us a lackluster match. And you want to know how I knew? I just knew the match was going to be disappointing the moment Stephanie Vaquer did her Devil's Kiss early. Because in big title matches, or in like just big matches in general, they usually save it for like the last third of the match. And she did it very quickly. It's like, welp, I'm gonna be disappointed. And it's like, I don't care about the result. Liv winning, probably a good choice. I love Stephanie. I wanted, part of me wanted her to retain. Like, the winner of it didn't matter to me. What mattered to me was the quality and the length of the match was ridiculous. And later following up with their very lame excuse for it. And also what makes it lame is not only were Liv and Stephanie going in their little time of the match, literally the next day on the Raw after Mania, Liv Morgan had like a 10-minute banger with Sol Ruca. Like, oh, Liv's banged up, both of them are banged up. Bro, they wanted to fucking go. This is like your co-main event in a way. They put it right before Cody and Randy. Like, it's, also hard to do, And you make it less than 7 minutes. And also, the Wikipedia once tried to gaslight everyone because they initially put the time at 6:51, but then, like, sometime later, people were complaining about it. They changed the time on the Wikipedia to 9 minutes. I have a screenshot of that, of when it got changed to 9 minutes. They did change it back. So it is so ridiculous on what happened with that. The women deserved so much better. Like, all the matches were going by stupid fast. Stupid fast. And it's no fault of these talent. It's really TKO. And, like, there was no backstage segments. There was only recap promo videos for the main events, which they used to do it before every single match. And it just sucked. It just sucked. Night 1 was garbage. It was garbage. In my humble opinion. Like, there were really good high moments, like Paige coming back, that was crazy. But, like, it was bad. It was, like, the whole production of it was bad. And then Cody retained. Randy did hit the punt kick after a long time. I may need to blow my nose, so hold on. Sorry about that. So yeah, like, that match was really good, really brutal. Both of them got busted open. And the whole freaking Pat McAfee, yada yada yada, got taken out before the match, which was a good choice. But then he came back for whatever, and, like, there was a whole freaking stipulation of, like, oh, if Randy Orton loses, I'm not returning to WWE from Pat McAfee. And guess what? Randy Orton lost. So, haha, no more Pat McAfee. Again, I love Pat. I almost want to know how he felt about this insertion, because it was a TKO decision to throw in Pat McAfee. It was a TKO decision. And, yeah. And then, night 2 was loads better than night 1. Hey, Droopy. Yeah, night 2 was a lot better than night 1. Not that Droopy. Just a smidge. Yeah. So night 2 started off in the best way possible because, just with expectations all over the place for WrestleMania, everyone was unanimous on what would ruin the weekend. And what would ruin the weekend was Obafemi losing to Brock Lesnar. Luckily, Obafemi beat him in, like, just under 5 minutes, which is what it needed to be. And Obafemi is that guy. Oh, love Obafemi. Love him so much. And then a real surprise was Brock Lesnar taking off his gloves and his boots and essentially leaving him in the ring, and that's a sign of retirement. That's usually what wrestlers do when they retire. They leave their boots in the ring. So, and then after that was the Intercontinental Ladder match, which was so freaking good. Match of the weekend. My personal opinion, there's a handful of matches that would count towards match of the weekend. I would put that ladder match as like top 3 contender for sure of match of the weekend. Like, it was so freaking good. Lots of crazy spots. Rey Mysterio still freaking going. Bro's like 51 and brought back like his like jumping out of the floor entrance. And was doing all kinds of crazy spots. Oh, I love that ladder match. I loved that ladder match. Also, JD McDonough fucking died. Bro literally died? The figuratively, literally, not the actual literally. It'd be a whole different show if he literally died. But, because Penta hit a Mexican destroyer on JD on a fucking ladder, and bro just died right there. Man, I love JD. He's so underrated. He is so underrated. I love him so much. Loved him in NXT. What was after the ladder match? I don't remember. The first 2 matches were free on ESPN. So having the ladder match in like the beginning was a very good idea. Very good marketing. Hello? Stupid buttons wouldn't let me do anything. Trick Williams and Sami Zayn. I didn't watch most of this match. I was busy doing something. Putting Riley to bed, maybe? I think I was putting Riley to bed during the Trick Sammy. And I didn't really watch most of that match at all. Because I was like getting supper and putting Riley to bed. And I was doing a whole bunch of different things. But I'm happy Trick won. I love Trick Williams. I still really wish Carmelo Hayes was in that mix. I do. I really wished Carmelo Hayes was in the mix. And then, Finn Balor as the Demon, which got totally announced ahead of time when it shouldn't have needed to, defeated Dominic Mysterio. I'm so glad the Demon won. Love the Demon. Also, he had, like, red contacts in, during his entrance, and I think somewhere along the way he lost one of them, or took one of them out or something, and, honestly, it looked really freaking sick. Like, dude had, like, freaking aura in a way. Because, like, Finn Balor has, like, extreme blue eyes. Like, Finn Balor's great. But he's got, like, blue eyes. And they were very prominent. And seeing him up against, like, the red of the Demon and having, like, one blue, one red eye looked really freaking cool. It's like, bro, that man's got aura, as the kids say. As the children say, he has aura. But yeah, he beat Dominic, which the Demon needed that win. Which, great match, brutal. Dom took a freaking crazy chair spot. Oh, it was insane. And then after that was Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill. Longest women's match of the weekend, and it was barely over 10 minutes. And they reduced one of the best wrestlers, period, on the roster to a side piece. In Io Sky. Which, you know, whatever, I guess, from the TKO people, because they're the ones sticking their noses where it doesn't belong in creative. But yeah, and also, I'd say that was Jade Cargill's best match. Was with Rhea Ripley. Honestly. And it's like, I do like watching Jade Cargill go, you know, watching her get better. Because she has improved a lot since we saw her in AEW. But yeah, her match against Rhea Ripley was like her best match. Honestly, hands down. And then after that was Roman Reigns and CM Punk going almost 34 minutes. For your main event. And there were 6 matches. Oh, there was also but right before the main event, there was a segment of John Cena announcing attendance, and Miz comes out with Kit Wilson right behind him. with Kit Wilson right behind him. And there's all the Danhausen comes out with the little Housens, the little people. No, I didn't want you to have that. It was a really fun segment, and I think John Cena is now a Fanhausen. No! Come on. Keep you guys over there. Nope. Still got money. Yeah, John Cena is a Fanhausen for sure. Which is a really funny segment, and we need the silliness. We need the silly. So Danhausen, I love Danhausen. He's so funny. But yeah, like the main event, Roman and Punk, like the match was really, really good. I feel some kind of way when it comes to Roman winning. The only reason I feel some kind of way is the last time Roman was champion, he held the champion hostage for a long time and was on that part-time schedule and didn't show up hardly ever. And a lot of people have the same sentiment that I do about it. And he says he's gonna stick around and not do this part-time shit. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens throughout the summer. Maybe if we see more of Roman, I'll come around to the idea. If not, then it's like, why? But also, looking back on it, for a marketing standpoint, it makes a lot of sense having Cody and Roman be holding world titles. Because those are the two in the upcoming Street Fighter movie. So, of course, for the press tours, you would want your big champions to do that. But, like, I feel like that probably wasn't really a big factor. Honestly. I think that was a coincidence. It just happened to work out that way. Yes, steal a star from Peach, please. So, man, like, night 2 was leaps and bounds better than night 1. Also, while I'm thinking about it, ESPN has a fucking ad problem. Because they're overloading the premium live events with a bunch of ads no one cares about, trying to make their money back on this deal that they're probably not making as much as they thought they would back. And the viewers at home that are watching either Netflix or ESPN for sure, missed 3 of the entrances for the ladder match on Sunday. So, yeah, for WrestleMania, the big part of WrestleMania is the entrances. That's a big part of WrestleMania. That's when you go extravagant. That's when you go all out for your entrances. And we did not see half of the contenders' entrances for the ladder match. Which is stupid, because I saw pictures later of Dragon Lee. His entrance got essentially cut from the ESPN broadcast of it. And his freaking badass dragon wings. My god, it was insane. He looked so cool. And the viewers at home missed it because ESPN wanted to make some money off of ads. So, yeah, it is a huge problem. It's been a problem since, like, you know, Raw and SmackDown, where they started overloading with ads. Standard last 5 turns procedures, all red and blue spaces are. Doubling from land on the same space as your opponent, you get to duel them. Anyway. So... yeah, we got Dragon Lee, Rusev, and JD McDonough. Their entrances got cut short because when we came back from, you know, the ads or whatever, they were playing JD's music and he was already in the ring, along with Rusev and Dragon Lee, and it was very upsetting. Because, again, part of the spectacle of WrestleMania is the extravagant entrances. And they cut a few of them. And they probably got their extravagant entrances, but ESPN was running way too many ads. They were running way too many ads. So, yeah. And I made a comment on a tweet that I'm still getting, I got a bunch of notifications for it yesterday and the day before, because I made it Sunday morning. WWE put out highlight videos of some of the matches from WrestleMania Saturday, and I would imagine they do the same thing for Sunday as well. But you know how I mentioned that Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vaquer went 6 minutes and 51 seconds in their match? They put out a highlight video, WWE did. The highlight video for their match was over 7 minutes long. So tell me, why is the highlight video longer than the match itself? That's very stupid, if you ask me. And the comment I made, because I went and dug up the video and I scrummed through it just to see. Over half of that 7-minute video was just their entrances. Like, the actual match highlights did not start until 5 minutes in. So what kind of bullshit is WWE on when they release a highlight video of a 6-minute and 51-second match that's over 7 minutes long? And 5 minutes of that highlight video is just the entrances. So I commented on that tweet that was pointing that out with the length of the video, and I said that like if you watch the video, the actual match highlights doesn't start till 5 minutes in. Like, it's mostly just their entrances, and so many people saw that and they agree. Because it's stupid. And it's like, it's 100% TKO. Because like, there was a leak that happened yesterday morning, or yesterday at some point. There was a leak that happened about, oh fuck, what's his name? I don't even remember what his name is. Owner bro of TKO. Well, I thought it went under that. Anywho, there was a clip of him speaking at a university, allegedly saying that TKO has quote-unquote full creative control over WWE. And people have taken that statement and ran with it. They have ran with it like an insane amount. So, yeah, and it's like, that makes a lot of sense. And people usually point the blame at Triple H for all this bad booking. That's what TKO wants you to do. Because Triple H is the figurehead. He is the head of creative. So, of course, any creative thing that goes wrong, of course you blame the head of creative, because he's the figurehead. That's what you want. You know, it's easy to blame Triple H for all this when it's not his fault. He's probably given shitty hands. He's probably been dealt shitty hands that he has to play, and he has to appease to a bunch of higher-ups. Or it could be like the fear of them stepping in. Because I've also seen some reports that like TKO doesn't like butt into everything, which makes a little bit of sense. They only butt in when they want to make money. Hence why they inserted Pat McAfee into the Cody-Randy feud that did not need it. And there were reports of what the story was going to be before TKO inserted Pat McAfee. And what we could have had would have been so much better. We really could have had it all. So what could have been was involving Aleister Black. Having Aleister Black be the one to get in Randy's head. Trying to be like, yeah, you haven't changed at all. You're still the same Randy you were back then. You know, one of them like looming over him type things. And later would have resulted in Randy punt kicking Cody or going for it and losing in a way. And then, you know, there's stuff going on there. And that story would have made way more sense than Pat McAfee being the one in Randy's ear. Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. Why would a football punter be in a wrestler's ear about like, yeah, you're this? It's stupid. It's so stupid. So, and it does feel a little suspicious how the leak of what's his name got, you know, put out there yesterday, right before the Raw After Mania, you know. So, it's like, yeah, honestly, I feel like the only way, at this point, that WWE can get out of this hellhole that TKO has them in is have someone buy out WWE. What the? It's fine. So, yeah. Yeah, someone needs to buy out WWE from TKO. It's really the only way they'll be saved, honestly. I say saved in, like, quotes. Because, like, if they just leave WWE alone, let them cook, they'll make their money. But with the TKO business model, it's one of those, like, dickhead CEO, no fun people trying to take something that is so fun and creative and colorful and to just make it black and white. It's like Fairly Odd Parents if the Pixies try to take over the world. You know, it's kind of like that. They take the fun out of it. Because there's statements of this bro saying, yeah, we hear the people complaining that they need to have Netflix and ESPN and have cable and have the CW on cable to watch all of this wrestling content. Well, think of it this way. To watch a Yankees game, you need to have like 40 other streaming apps to watch a Yankees game all season. That's just the world we live in. Bullshit. Bullshit. That's, you're gonna deal with it. We're not changing it, you're gonna deal with it. That's essentially what that says. Because baseball fans don't like this model. Yeah, I have seen it. Like, you need like 500 different streaming apps just to fucking watch baseball. You need like 40 different apps just to fucking watch wrestling now. It's stupid. Nobody likes it. You are pricing out hardcore fans that way. You don't have any money. Yeah, no one likes this model. Nobody likes having to pay for several different things just to watch wrestling. Like, I miss Peacock, you know? And like, we didn't mind watching Raw on Netflix. We didn't mind because we already have Netflix through T-Mobile, because we go through T-Mobile for our phone carrier. And our plan is a Netflix thing. We pay a little extra for like the fancy stuff, or what we had previously, but like we pay through our phone bill. So that's not a big deal for us. We mooch off our in-laws for our cable for YouTube TV. So we don't pay for YouTube TV, so we can watch SmackDown and NXT if we so choose. We paid for Peacock to watch wrestling, and it also had the, shit, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for a word. I think it starts with an A. Peacock. I mean, that's what it's called, like NBC. It has a lot of NBC stuff. Oh, what's the... there's a word I'm thinking of, and I can't think of it. Like all the previous, like wrestling stuff, like all the pay-per-views, like a lot of previous shows. I cannot think of the damn word. I think it starts with an A. Anyway. Archive! There we go. It has the entire, like, WWE archive that we can, like, go back and watch anything at any given time. It was nice. It was nice that they did that for Peacock, and before that was WWE Network, and a lot of people hated swapping over to Peacock at first, but then it's like, alright, this ain't that bad. But then, they're like, oh, we're gonna go through ESPN, and then the whole debacle there. Yeah, that was a whole freaking debacle, because they announced it in, like, June last year about like swapping ESPN, but like the way they said it made it seem like that they were going to swap around WrestleMania time, which would have been now. This is what people were prepared for. But then they pulled the rug out from under everyone and said, oops, nope, we're gonna move over to ESPN like pretty quickly. They did announce this to like at the end of August. End of August or early September, I don't remember, but like they announced it right before WrestlePalooza, which was like late September. And there was a lot of confusion on the app to go to, how much would we be paying, can we access it through like ESPN and everything. There was a lot of confusion. And that pay-per-view was not well received. It was not well received in the slightest. So... yeah, there's just been a whole bunch of problems ever since the deal with ESPN, the thousands of ads everywhere, and it's like, just let WWE go. Let it go. So, yeah, if you want to hear my thoughts on WrestleMania, it was mid at best. WrestleMania was just mid at best, combined both days. So, yeah. I was just really disappointed in WrestleMania. The Raw after Mania was okay. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't, like, the best either. I love that Ethan Page and Soulja made an appearance and had matches. I love Ethan Page. And Joe Hendry's getting called up to Raw. He's having a concert next week, and I'm excited. I love Joe Hendry. Say his name and he appears. So... yeah, it's one of those we'll probably continue to watch, maybe. But man, I feel so disappointed. It's like, I hate it when a show treats its viewer like they're stupid. A show or any kind of media treats their target audience like they're stupid, and that's what WWE is doing right now. Like with the stories they're trying to tell and all the TKO insertions. They're doing it as a marketing ploy. It's like, we're trying to get people. And again, they're wasting all of their time trying to reach out to this audience that does not give a fuck about them. They're trying to reach out to the casual sports fans. And most casual sports fans don't give a shit about wrestling. They don't understand it. That's not the audience you want. You're pushing out your hardcore fans. Like, yeah, they're targeting the rich casuals, but what happens when those casuals become hardcore fans? Those hardcore fans are going to want to expect more. And when they don't get their expectations met, they're gonna leave! They're going to leave and keep their money or spend it elsewhere. So, it's not a good business model for this. If anything, if there is anything that Vince McMahon got right, Vince McMahon was a good businessman. Gotta give him that. Shit person, good businessman. You know? And his model for like ticket sales and merch and, you know, making money, it was a good one. He focused on families and the longevity of the fans, because if you focus on families, oh, I love the double sevens there. If you focus on families, parents are going to take their kids. When they grow older, their kids are going to take their kids, and so on, with affordable pricing. So it's like, if anything Vince McMahon got right, it was that. And TKO trashed it publicly and just was like, nope, we're not doing this. Ours is better. And no, it clearly isn't better. In 7 happening spaces, we hit the jackpot. So it's just heartbreaking to see TKO suck all of the fun out of WWE right now, because there were so many really good stories we could have had, but they decided to stick their nose in it because we need ticket sales, because tickets aren't moving. I'm honestly surprised the attendance count was as high as it was. The number may or may not have been inflated. Who knows? But, because last year it was like in the 70s or 60,000s. I think night 1 was like 50,000 or 51,000 something, and night 2 was like 52,000, which is a lot lower than last year. So people were not very happy about WrestleMania this year. So yeah, there's a lot of things I can rant about, but I also made a handful of tweets about it. So if you want to see some things I said, go check my Twitter. So yeah, there's my thoughts. I'm past the point of angry. I've hit the acceptance. I've hit the acceptance part of my grief with WWE. Of the product that I loved so much dying before my eyes. Yeah, I think I've hit the acceptance part of grief. And like, grief isn't linear. There's probably something I'll get angry about, but like right now, it's like, I'm not angry anymore. I'm just disappointed. I'm just disappointed, yeah. It's like when video games get too handholdy thinking the player is stupid. You know? And I also know there was like a big debate of like, why do we need the yellow bricks on the wall to know where we're going? They're probably the ones that need it. But it's like, I like it when they like point you in a direction, you know, and don't get too handholdy. But also like games back then were just like, here you go. They just dumped you and there you go. Yeah, the myriad of ads in WWE programming nowadays. It's so ridiculous. Even like matches on Raw on Netflix, even SmackDown, are just like 2 seconds of a match, ads. 2 more seconds of a match, ads. It's a fatigue. We're tired of being advertised something every 2 seconds. And the excuse of, that's how the world is now, is ridiculous. It is ridiculous, in my humble opinion. It shouldn't have to be this way, but greedy corporations are going to overstep. This is why greed is one of the 7 deadly sins. This is exactly why. Greed causes a lot of people to not like you anymore. So, yeah. Anywho. Like, I'll still keep tabs on wrestling. And Allie still likes to watch it, so I'll throw it on for her for a little bit. But like, it's on my TV, so I guess that counts towards the viewership. But like, I don't pay attention. Most people don't anymore because everything's on social media now. So I will push it to the limit, and everybody's feeling the sound of the night. Wrestling, yep, we got them wrestling. Man. And don't get me started on AEW. I haven't cared about AEW in a long time. I did see on Twitter last Wednesday about the AEW World title. Like, I know there's some allegations and stuff about Darby Allin. I am not knowledgeable on those. I'm not entirely sure. I think they were proven false. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know much. And man, Darby Allin is an insane man. He has taken the craziest spots that I'm sure a lot of people are desensitized to now. And he deserves being world champion. He beat MJF Wednesday evening for the world title. But he did it in a squash? And that is a choice. That is a choice to squash MJF. MJF is one of the best guys AEW has. So having him squashed is a crazy decision. Having him squashed is so insane to me. Yeah, there's a handful of wrestlers that I kind of half-ass pay attention to in AEW because I'll see their names circulating around. I've always loved MJF. He's always so entertaining. But yeah, like... having that in a squash was crazy. Anywho, yeah, I've hit the acceptance stage of grief for at least WWE. And it's like, I've kind of fallen out of love with TNA, because it used to be really good, and now it's just kind of eh. And now WWE is getting that way, it's just kind of eh. So, yeah, it's just, it makes me so sad. It makes me so sad, but it's like, unless everyone does like a mass boycott, that's the only way, you know, they'll change, is if you boycott it, and I don't even think that'll work, honestly. Their heads are too far up their own asses to really pay attention. They see what we're saying, obviously, but they don't care. They're just gonna do it anyway. And also, Nick Khan had a statement about people's complaints about next year's Mania being in Saudi, which is a choice, honestly. He said something about like, it doesn't matter, you guys are gonna pay for it anyway. Which is like, do you really think we're stupid? Do you really think us, the consumer of your product, is stupid? Like, really? The only thing I will give... it's not the only thing. I can give Saudi props for a lot. Because, like, honestly, the Royal Rumble, the whole production of it wasn't that bad. It does kind of suck seeing the women have to cover, you know? It is how it is. But, like, they've gotten really creative with their gear to accommodate for that. So, I don't mind that at all now. Still kind of sucks, but can't really change it. Another thing I'll give Saudi credit for is they go above and beyond for their stages. So if they got a WrestleMania, the stages are gonna go crazy. So, if anything, I'll give them that. So, yeah. Anywho, that's it for today. that is it for today. Schedule for the week. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow we are gonna pop back into Mario Tennis Fever. Start your own promotion. Yes, I'll have my kids in on it because Riley will beat up Allie for free, honestly. Yeah, we're gonna finish the adventure mode for Mario Tennis Fever and get that accomplished and get that completed, and then we'll figure it out after that. Then Thursday, we might pop back into Mario Party 2. I don't know. I do have a couple errands to run probably after I pick up Riley, because I do need to get another gallon of milk, and I want to see if I can try and find something for me for a personal use thing. Maybe. You know, just trying self-care type thing. Anywho. Then Friday, I don't know what's happening Friday. I mean, I know what Friday is in my personal life. Not to sound depressing, but this Friday on the 24th would be the anniversary of my dad's death. So, I wish I still had this fishing game on the Wii. I can pay tribute to him. Cause we had a fishing game, cause he got gifted a fishing game, and it came with like a fishing pole for the Wii, like an accessory. So he got that like for Christmas or something one year, and he played it for a little bit, and then he didn't play it anymore, and I don't know what happened to it. It may have gotten sold in a garage sale, or it may have just been lost in the abyss, or stuck somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to play this new game that I have on Mondays after Final Fantasy, or if I'm gonna do it Wednesday, Friday. I'm not entirely sure yet. I am not sure. I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. I got a handful of games that I can do in the meantime, maybe. Again, we'll get it figured out. And Blue is set up, so we'll get there. What should our raid message be? Do whatever is fastest. The people yearn for new game. I know. By the people, yeah. It's me. I'm people. I know, and I think you know exactly what I'm talking about too. It's like, for one, I bought Blue a game recently that I think she would like. But I also know she's doing her Xenoblade marathon, so I will be patient enough and wait on her to play this game. And mostly because I want to see her bawl like a baby. Because, man, this game I bought her made me cry too. But I will probably bawl like a baby for the game that she bought me, so we traded games. We essentially did. We did. I am royal people. I am royal people. I love it. We traded games that made us cry. Yes. We did. Raid message, raid message, raid message. Should we go with the tried and true raid message, please? Or do we... I don't really know if anything really happened. Things just kind of happened. Sure. Make things happen, please. I'm gonna say no to ads. We're gonna snooze those real fast. Because Blue's still... Gotta wait for Blue. Gotta wait for her to pop up. So yeah, I do need to finish up Mario Tennis Fever and get like the adventure mode finished, if I can. And then maybe just kind of hang out, and then I'll figure out. Probably do a touch more research. Ah! Volume got real loud. Because I can! Because I can. We're gonna go raid Blue. We're gonna do it right now. We're gonna do it right now. So, Thank you everyone for hanging out. Mondays are Final Fantasy 16. Tuesdays and Thursdays are Mario Party, and Wednesdays and Fridays are Mario Tennis Fever or something new. So thank you everyone for coming out and hanging out, and we will see you next time.